It is another in a long line of Ethiopian Airlines model releases from Herpa Wings, and this time we have a 787. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Review, where we today will take a closer look at an Boeing 787-9 of Ethiopian Airlines. At the front of the box we have the cutout, so we can get a glimpse of the aircraft model inside, and on top of the box we have the Ethiopian branding. Then on the back side of the box we have another cutout, unfortunately, at least in my opinion, but we will get back to that topic at the end of the video, where we will have a little bit more input also from the community. And here she is, the Boeing 787-9 in the current livery of Ethiopian, of course one of the great African airlines. Now with no further ado, let's take a closer look at some of the many details this aircraft model holds for us. At the tail section we have the Ethiopian branding on the vertical stabilizer. On the fuselage we then find the aircraft type specification, the full registration code of the aircraft, the Dreamliner branding, and the name of the aircraft. In this case the aircraft is named after the German city of Frankfurt. We do also have this a little bit of writing in red, which is the native name for the airline in the native language, Amharic. But that's not all for the tail section, because we also have some lovely detailing on the horizontal stabilizer, and of course we also have some detailing around the APU exhaust. Now, if we move to the front of the aircraft, we can see across the fuselage the writing of Ethiopian. Underneath that we have a little logo or branding piece here which says 100th aircraft. I've tried to find out what exactly it refers to. I would assume it's the 100th Boeing aircraft that Ethiopian has taken delivery of, but I am not entirely sure if that is correct, so if you know more, then please feel free to let me know in the comments section below. Then we also have the Star Alliance logo, of which Ethiopian Airlines is a member, and of course we then also have the Lion of Judah depicted on the aircraft, as is traditional on all Ethiopian Airlines aircraft. Around the cockpit section we also have some fairly decent detailing, for example with the window wipers printed on, and above the cockpit windows we also have the last two letters of the registration code, and we also find the emergency hatch for the cockpit printed on. The engine nacelles have been kept in all white as most of the fuselage, and I don't think there's much more to say other than there is the nice silver leading edge. If we look at the engine nacelles from the back side, we can see the chevron nozzles, which is a very hard, difficult detail to pull off, and Herpa has done so very well in this case. If we look into the engines from the front, we then can very nicely see the engine fan blades. Now let's also spend a little bit of time with the wings. If we look here at the top side, we can see all the different flaps, slats and spoilers carved out very nicely. We do also have the markings as to where to walk on the wing, and the full registration code of the aircraft, which we then also find on the underside of the wings. Then if we take a quick look at the landing gear here, the main landing gear underneath the wings, I think that looks rather good. Also the front landing gear is pretty decent, although of course we could have a few markings which we unfortunately only get with Herpa Wings Club models. And then last but not least, we do also have the doors to the cargo compartments printed on here in the back side of the aircraft and here at the front of the aircraft. So there we have it, the Boeing 787-9 of Ethiopian Airlines. And what can we say about this aircraft model? Well, overall, I think it's decent. I quite like it. I mean, I like the Ethiopian livery on the Dreamliner. I think it suits the aircraft type. And I think Herpa has done a decent job with the aircraft. The print quality is great. The physical details are also excellent. So for that alone, I would say yes, absolutely, it is worth having in one's collection. But before we end today's episode, let's quickly go back to our topic at the beginning of the video, the new box design. Now, I have made it very clear that I am not a fan, but I have asked you guys to let me know what you think. I did that on Instagram some time ago. We already looked at the results from that in a previous review. And then in the review of the Philippine Airlines, which also had this box design, I asked you guys on YouTube with a poll. Obviously, that gets far smaller numbers, but however the trend is the same here, that the community overall is not a big fan of the new box design. So Herpa, if you watch this, please rethink what you're doing. give us back the normal box design. Now with that, we have reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed this video, then feel free to leave a like. That would very much help us out. And of course, if you are new around here, why not hit subscribe? That would be absolutely awesome. Now with that, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.